first watched Ladyhawke about 10 years ago. I thought it was a very interesting movie with an incredible concept. However, I found certain things distracting. And I think that this movie could be improved with a newer version and that it would be even more fantastic. In the original movie, for me, it had three major problems. The first one, the music. If any of you have ever seen Ladyhawke, you will know what I mean. In many scenes, they had the 80s electric guitar music, and it totally takes you out of the story. The second thing would be the characters. While I did enjoy bits of the characters, a lot of them you really don't get to know in depth. The story has deep meaning for them, but the actors do not portray those deep inner feelings of what is going on inside of them. So I think that that could be improved. The third thing is the semi-disjointed storyline. Most of the background in the story is told in the middle of the movie, so you don't understand fully why the characters are making the choices that they make. It doesn't add any sort of suspense or even mystery, it just adds confusion and could be fixed easily, I think. So let's get to the ideas that I have for a new version. First off, more exposition and less telling. I think the movie needs a completely new intro, possibly showing the initial love story and subsequent cursing, and then jump to the future where the old version started. Perhaps maybe, a thoughtful and meticulous use of flashbacks to portray the backstory. But given the options, I would probably go for showing the story and then jumping forward in time. In this case, perhaps a 2-part movie series would greatly benefit the plotline. Now, certain points and themes that I would enjoy seeing developed further are the love story. Build the love story. We feel the pain of the separation, in the original, but it could be so much deeper if we understand their love and devotion to each other. We need to witness their bond and get to love them as characters. Another thing is the power abuse of the antagonist, having no right to invoke a curse upon the lovers, and, just how terrible a ruler he is. We also need better understanding of Mouse's character. In the original, he is terribly funny and pretty useful at times, but we don't really know him that well. Philippe could be so much more in a new version. I think that he needs to be, way more confused as to what is going on. Maybe think that he is going absolutely crazy. I think he just needs to be a more well-rounded, relatable character, but still keep him as the super funny comic relief, because that was fantastic in the original. All right, we also need phenomenal fight scenes. The originals, they're pretty good, but I think that it could be better. Not video game fake-looking fight scenes, but true, realistic awesomeness. Different music. It needs a classical score that will not date the film and won't distract the audience from getting immersed in the story and the world of these characters. It's a big thing. Now, my absolute favorite part of the original is when Isabeau and Navarre have that brief moment of seeing each other in the dawn, in between transformations. And that longing and love captured up close like that is beautiful. With modern technology, they will be able to capture the transformations from animals to human and vice versa, just as long as the effects are well done. And it would add so much power to the production and make that scene highly dramatic and expressive and even more beautiful to witness such an intimate moment with these characters' story. Whew, now that we've gone over that, let's take a look at my ideas for possible cast for this amazing sounding movie. The Bishop. For him, I chose William Fichtner. He can be a bad guy. I think he has the right look and can pull off that deeper inner decay of this antagonist. I am up for other ideas for this character, but for now, this is who I came up with. For Marquette, Our horrible upstart will never be as good as Navarre, young, mean, ambitious brute of a soldier. I think Alexander Ludwig would do that character decently. He is similar, to his Hunger Games characters in some ways, with the brutality. However, he'll have to act as the servant to the bishop, meant to do his bidding, and have some pretty epic sword fights. And Cesar the Wolf Trapper, a relatively small character in the original movie, but a villainous one. I think a new version would need to make him even more threatening, and for that purpose I chose Rory McCann to play him. Anyone who has seen his character in Game of Thrones knows that he can play a deadly threatening person, formidable enough to fully distress our protagonists. Now for the good guys. Imperious, the well-meaning father that holds deep regret but is knowledgeable and tries to be helpful, and also provides some measure of safety for a short period. I had a really hard time with this one. I ended up choosing Anthony Hopkins. I know he could do it, but I'm not sure if he is the best choice. Leave me a comment with who you think would do this role well. For Philippe Gaston, also known as Mouse. For him, I would like to see Isaac Hempstead Wright. I think that he could do a good job. I have not seen him do any humorous work, but he has a nice look for it, and also could pull off the need to have Navarre as a protector. Street savvy he may be, but he is not the warrior type. For Captain Navarre. Alright, for him, we need ruggedly handsome, lovable, has an experienced look, and definitely swoon-worthy. So I chose Chris Hemsworth. He can totally do the macho, handsome awesomeness. He just needs to keep his character deep. Not try to, rely on that simple warrior persona, which I think is, part of the fault with the original Navarre character. So just, keep him deep, realistic, and relatable, and I think Chris Hemsworth would do absolutely fantastic. Now, for our lovely leading lady, Isabeau, I wanted, of course, a lovely, elegant woman, but not just a simple pretty face. I also want her to be strong, to have, gone through the madness and pain of the curse, and to still be a force to be reckoned with. So I chose Léa Seydoux. I think she played a basically similar character in Spectre, and that she could totally pull off the capable, graceful, dignified lady in this film. So that is my take on how to make this a brilliant movie. Please comment with your ideas and if you have any movies that you think should be remade. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.